What is up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than the norm than just kind of hanging out, having a drink. Today we're going to be doing a blind, try and figure out what is the best bottled and bond bottle, right? And so far what we have up here is Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, which everybody knows I notoriously don't think as good as everybody says it is. And everybody tells me every time I got to do it in a blind, so that's what we're going to end up doing today. For me, I just think like I'd much rather spend a little bit of extra money to get something maybe better than Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, because it's only 20 bucks. It's not a bad price. It's a really good value bottle, but I think I personally like the other ones better. So we're going to put that to the test. We also have some other stuff up here as well. We have Heaven Hills Bottled and Bond, Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast. Obviously, we have the E.H. Taylor. We have a little McKenna, Henry McKenna 10-year Old Grandad Bonded, and then we have Benchmark Bonded. But I'm not going to do all of them. We're going to do probably 4 of them. Now, we could end up breaking this into 2 parts later on. For me, Benchmark Bonded is solid, but everybody kind of knows that this is solid. It's not going to beat, E.H. Taylor by any means, because it's just like a lesser version. So we're going to go ahead and cross this off the list for tonight, unless you guys have an uprising on it for some reason. Old Grandad Bonded's one of those bottles that they're okay, right? They're good. They're nothing too crazy, nothing too special. They're just like a really solid budget bottle, right? A lot of people use this bottle for mixing, and tonight we're not mixing. We're doing straight pours. So this is solid, but again, I don't think it's going to compete with those, so we're going to use this on a different day as well. So we're going to slide this over here as well. And then, of course, the most controversial of them all is probably Henry McKenna's. Henry McKenna's, some bottles are amazing, right? But some bottles are also dog shit. And that's just the nice way to put it. The bottles are so hit or miss that it wouldn't be fair to put them up against them and tell you guys, like if this won for some reason, you may get a bottle that's not good, and then you're like, you said this is better than Redwood Empire, you said this is better than E.H. Taylor. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's fair to put this one in with all of these. So we're going to go ahead and cross this off the list as well, which is just going to leave us with our 4. Well, what a shocker. The exact amount of Glens I still have. I know. It's almost like it was planned. Hey, who could have guessed that? Not me. But I think having a somewhat of an allocated bottle in here, E.H. Taylor, is a good fit. A little bit harder to find at times, but if it wins, it just means it's worth the hunt. Probably the most underrated one, in my opinion, is probably going to be the Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast. It is probably the most expensive MSRP-wise, because I think it comes in at $79.99 from most places. But to me, I think it's worth it. I also love Redwood Empire, so I think that should be ranking pretty high. And then you have another, Heaven Hills. This is a strange one, right? Because it's allocated some places, it sits on the shelf in others. You can find this at Costco for super cheap, or you can find it somewhere where it's in a museum and it costs $100. So this one's all over the place, but to me, I really like this bottle. So we're gonna see where it stacks up. And of course, the Evan Williams Bottled and Bond that everybody wants to kind of shoot me over. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot the wife a text, tell her to come in, blind these up for me. Obviously, we're gonna do it blind, right? That's the only fair way to do it. I'll have her come pour these up, and then we'll get to drinking. So let me check the chat while I shoot her a quick little text. Ready. All right, let's see. In the chat, we have Austin. He says, I'm here. I made it. What's going on, Austin? Happy Monday. Liz in the chat. Tuxedo Cat with a weird face, but at least he made it. Hey, nobody said I was on time. I don't think anybody gave me credit for that, so I'll wait for that. So, and then of course, if you haven't already, if you're not watching this live, you feel free to skip through. We're going to do this blind, then we're also going to do that drink you guys keep telling me to drink, the root beer with the bourbon cream. Everybody keeps telling me that's the best thing in the world, so we're going to give that a try as well. So I'm going to switch camera angles. The wife's going to come pour it up. I'll be back in just a minute. It is on just one camera. I'm going to leave the mic in here as well. You know how to do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure.
Hey, TC. Okay. Who's going to tell him that I drank the rest of the bourbon cream the other night?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Well, I'm back. Actually, I gotta shut the door, so I'm not really back. Give me a second. Da-da-da. And we are officially back. Let's see what the chat has to say. Austin says, you on time. Good job. Hey, I appreciate it. It's a hard job. Somebody's got to do it, though. Tuxedo Cat says, we are not giving you credit for being on time. That's your damn job. Damn it, Austin. Tuxedo Cat has been eliminated from the chat. I'm kidding. Liz says, honestly, I'm scared. I'm scared for the winner, too. If Evan Williams wins, I'm done for. You know what I mean? Talked a lot of shit about that bottle. Not a lot of shit, but like I just said, I don't want to buy it again. I don't think it's nothing that I personally need. All right, let's go ahead and do them in order. So hopefully she didn't pour these in order, but damn, she gave me some big old boy pours. We're gonna start with the number one. I'll try to guess them. I'm not the best at guessing which one's which, if the last time proved anything. But I do want to let you know which one is the best, right? And of course, everything is based off my palate, what I personally feel is best. So feel free to make your own conclusion, do your own blind, and let me know what you get as well. Before everything gets started, who do you think is going to win out of these four bottles, right? Do you think it's going to be, do you think it's going to be Evan Williams? Do you think it's going to be, Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond, Redwood Empire, E.H. Taylor? What do you think is going to be the winner? Now, I did a poll, and in the poll where everybody voted on, everybody thought E.H. Taylor was going to win by a landslide. I'm not going to say it is my favorite out of these. If I had to pick a favorite, I would probably pick these two. If I had to pick an order, it's going to be between these two, then probably, Heaven Hill, and then Evan Williams, if I had to guess. So let's go ahead and get a first sip of pour number one. Wow, this one smells good too. We're starting off strong. It's got a lot of flavor. It is on the sweeter side, I'd say. This one is drinking under proof, though. Like, obviously, bottled and bond. If anybody doesn't know, bottled and bond basically means it has to be aged for at least 4 years and be at least 100 proof. Or 100 proof, exactly, my bad. But some bottles, rather than others, don't drink at the proof that they feel. This one feels like it could be like right under 100 proof, but it's definitely like, it drinks under proof is what I would say. But so far, really good. If I had to guess, I would probably say that's Heaven Hill, if I had to guess. Liz says, say the number when you drink it. If you told them the number, that's fine. This was number 1. I'm basically drinking them in order from number 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it easier. That way I also can, well, I guess I don't really have to put them back, but number 1 so far, solid drink. It's drinking a little under. It is sweet though. My guess is going to be the Heaven Hill if I had to pick one. So my whole chat's acting a little funny here. But let me know what you think is going to be the winner. Obviously, I don't know what I'm drinking at the time I'm drinking it, but I will know eventually. So let's what'd she say? Tuxedo said, if she did, I wasn't listening. I'm busy losing at Scrabble. Don't worry, I suck at Scrabble too. I played Words with Friends for the other day for the first time. I'm just saying I'm a little bit of a beast. Ask the wife. All right, let's go into pour number 2. Give it a little test. This one on the nose definitely is a little bit more pleasant than the last one. It's still kind of sticking with the same sweeter profile. This one's drinking either right at or... Wait, what happened? Tuxedo said, damn, dude's smarter than me, and he knows it too. No, I'm not. I suck at Scrabble. Go ahead and tell him. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this one's definitely drinking higher proof comparably, right? That first one is, I think, was drinking under. This one's definitely drinking either at or above. I don't fucking know what that one is. But it does have solid legs on it. Or on the back of this glass. I know you won't be able to see it, but solid little legs on there. He says, oh, I'm telling. I mean, I couldn't even pick this one out. I know it's not the Evan Williams. I don't think it's the Evan Williams, at least. It's got to be the Redwood Empire or E.H. Taylor. But it depends on how we're feeling. For like the first couple pours, I kind of like the underproof to start out. Maybe I should have had a pour to start with. But so far, I think number 1 is in the lead over number 2 for now. Give me a couple more pours. I may go back to these. So let's go into number 3 real quick. I'm thinking. That one is definitely drinking like at proof, I'd say. I wouldn't say it is sweet as the others, but it definitely had like the sweetness level in a sense kind of did a little wave, right? It started high and then dipped down, which is kind of weird. I don't remember any of these bottles doing that, but maybe we're just having kind of a weird little day here. Let's go for one more little sip. It's not bad. I don't know if it stacks up against the other ones right now. So far, I'm leading in order, like 1, 2, 3. Let's go into number 4 real quick. We'll try that, and that way we have a good idea of what the playing field looks like. I am going to take a little sip of some water real quick. And that way we can get a better gauge here. Get this back on. Please do. I'm too scared. What? What are you scared about? A little weird. All right, let's go into pour number 4. Okay. That one is definitely different than the other ones, but I'm not gonna say like in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely got like its own kind of unique flavor. Oh, damn. The wife drank all the bourbon cream? That's fucked up. Okay. All right. So through the first path, right? Yeah, through the first path of the pours, so far I have it ranked 1, 2, 4, 3. Right? The first 2 pours were pretty solid. Number 3, I don't know. There was just something about it that kind of I don't know. The way it drank was just a little bit different. Number 4 is solid, but it has its own uniqueness to it that I need to kind of run back through the pours to really kind of get a better gauge. Tuxedo says I was conflicted. I was going to, but I was like, no. Bourbon cream is good, but I prefer Irish cream. Liz said, do you want me to go get more? I can bring the baby. Liz doesn't know that bourbon cream is actually pretty hard to find. So, at least around here. They don't have bourbon cream at every liquor store. She just took down the stream in one swing, you know? Didn't even know it. We got root beer too. I didn't even bring the root beer. I was like, what are the odds? Everything came together. Maybe I'll make a small one. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do now. But we're going to focus on these so we can get through this. Liz says she prefers the bourbon cream. Yeah, well, good luck finding it, babe. I've looked at stores for months. It's the first time I found it. All right, let's run back through the pours. Again, where we currently stand, number 1 is in the lead, 2 is right behind, 3 is dead last, and 4 is kind of like in limbo where I need to kind of figure out where that goes, if that makes sense. Number 1. I'm just saying, that's solid, bro. That's got to be Heaven Hill, though. That feels like a Heaven Hill product. You know what I mean? Where it has like, it's like uniqueness, sweetness to it, but it drinks a little bit lower. Where I'd say that's probably not going to be everybody's biggest fan for that. If you're drinking these blind, most people probably wouldn't pick Heaven Hill to be number 1 because it is feeling like it's drinking lower proof than everything else. You know what I mean? So I'm also going to say right now this is going to be in limbo here too. Let's go to number 2 one more time. This one's higher proof, still sweet. It just... Let me get a little sip of water. Let me do it properly. That's my bad, guys. It's my bad. Okay. I'm putting this number 1. And the reason why I'm putting it number 1, I like the sweetness level of it, right? It's nice. It's got some nice little, like, you know, vanilla and caramel notes. things like that. But the proof kind of sits a little even, right? Compared to like that first one, it feels like it's under. This one feels like I'm drinking 100 proof, and I think the only way to judge a bottled and bond product is that 100 proof mark as well. Like you can't be like, ooh, this one won because it feels like a 90 proofer. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's 90 proof, maybe like 95. But that's what I'm also judging, because if you're going for a bottled and bond product, you want it to feel like 100 proof. If it was me, at least. So right now, number 1 is number 2, number 2 is number 1. If you guys know the numbers, obviously, keep it to yourself for now. Let's go back to number 3. And, my bad. Checking my phone and shit. The wife's over here asking if I wanted her to go get bourbon cream, but she doesn't realize she can't really find it that easy here. So it was a little treat for her that she's been, slamming. She kills bottles faster than I do, apparently. I try to get her on the stream. She doesn't want to be. Okay, 2 things. That one hit me in the throat hard. Hit me in the back of the throat hard. It did that fucking sweetness thing again. So the only way I can describe it is when you first take that first sip, right? Damn, it hit me in the back of the throat real weird. When you first take that first sip, it is very sweet. When you first take it, right? Like the start of it is very sweet. And then as it goes through the finish, the burn comes on a little bit more, the sweetness dies down, right? It's strange. But yeah, this is going to be last for me. I hope this is the Evan Williams. If I'm not, I'm going to get fucking destroyed. But to me, it does feel like 100 proof, right? So let's start there. It does feel like 100 proof. It is not bad, but the way the ebbs and flow of this drink, it doesn't feel even. And the best way I can describe it to make it make sense is it feels cheaper, right? It feels like you paid $20 for it, and the other ones are just a lot more even keel. And if I'm diving in deep here if this is not Evan Williams. If this is not Evan Williams, I will get destroyed. But if it is, I'm spot on, because the way I'm describing this is saying this is good for $20 because the ebbs and flows are a little rough, right? I'd much rather have one of these 3 because they are a lot more even keel so far. The sweetness level is a little bit more profound, and it doesn't have a lot of like wiggle in the taste buds in a sense, right? It doesn't throw you for a loop. Well, this one's kind of like, it's good, and then it's weird, and then it's a little spicy, but then it's not, right? I don't know how to describe it other than that, right? It's fucking weird. But let's go to number 4. I should have got water first because my throat's still fucking acting well. Liz says, I'll come on stream soon. Wait, let me go back. Tuxedo Cat says, struggle to mount a horse. I can ride a horse. Liz says, that's not true. I have a 2-month-old baby to take care of. LOL. I can bring the kid on stream too. I'm just saying. Liz says, I'll come on stream soon. Eventually, we're going to have a Wife Wednesdays. Ooh, that's solid. Just made that up. Wife Wednesdays. You guys can bring the wives to watch the stream too from their own phones so we get double the views, but whatever. All right, number 4. Let's go back. Man, that one's so different. I like this one a lot. I can't claim it to be the winner though. I know that. So number 2 is the winner so far, right? Number 2 is the winner. Now I'm battling for second place with number 1 and number 4. I do think number 1 is Heaven Hill, but it's drinking under proof, which is good and bad, right? For me, I think it's good. I would definitely be like, hey, this is solid. I almost spilled number 3. Number 4 is unique though, right? Which is like throwing me for a loop because it's like, how do I describe it in a way to say, hey, this is good, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like it's in its own category almost, which is kind of weird to say, right? Because they're all bottled and bond, they're all bourbon, they're all 100 proof. You know, they all got similar like sweetness levels. Tuxedo Cat says EH has a 2-month baby to take care of and the newborn. Tuxedo Cat says talks mad shit about Eric. Wait, what? Talks mad shit about Eric. Oh wait, Eric's here. My bad. Eric's in the chat. Eric says, "Cheers, everyone. I'm not gonna be able to chat for some stuff to do, but I will be watching and listening if you talk shit." Hey, Eric, you missed everybody talking shit about you. They're like, "Where the fuck's Eric?" I was like, "No, Eric will be here. I promise." And then he wasn't here. I'm just kidding. We are almost 30 minutes in already, so my bad, Eric. We still love you, though. Let me know once you get your merch, though, because it should be there any day now. All right, real quick, let's finish this up because we're almost there. We're almost finished with it. If you've been watching to this far and you're not watching live, we appreciate you staying through the whole ups and flows of how I describe fucking bourbon. But we appreciate it. So if you're live, you're welcome. We appreciate you popping in the chat. Okay. This is how I'm gonna pick the bottles. I'm gonna pick the flow right here. Number 2. Fuck, I don't know. Number 2, just because it won, I feel like it's E.H. Taylor, but I can't say for certain because it's different. Number 2 is the winner. I like the sweetness level. It feels like 100 proof. I just feel like overall it just is the most smooth ride through, right? If you're driving through a drive-through, you want a smooth ride through, that's what you pick up. When they sold out and the ice cream machine's down, right, you're going to number 1 or number 4. Just depends on what you like, right? I'm going to ride with number 1 as the second place. That's me. If you want something that drinks a little, that is 100 proof, but drinks a little under, number 1's your go-to. But I can't overlook the sweetness level and just the overall drinkability. I like the drinkability of this. It's solid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Personally, I like it. It doesn't hit you in the throat. It's got that sweetness level. I feel like overall it has, you probably had like a little touch of cinnamon on there, right? And I like that. But it doesn't like punch you in the throat where some of these other ones do. Number 4 is gonna be number 3. And honestly, if it was you guys, I would guess that you would put number 4 first, or number 4 second, for 2 reasons. 1, it's uniqueness, but it does drink 100 proof. One more sip. If I had to guess, so number 2 I'm guessing is E.H. Taylor. Number 1 I'm guessing is Heaven Hill. Number 4 is I'm guessing is Redwood Empire. Now, I personally like Redwood Empire, and I'm guessing that that's probably that uniqueness level. As much as I really love it, Red Empire, and I would love nothing more than it to be that number 2. So I could say Redwood Empire 1. I feel like this is Redwood Empire, and the uniqueness is too different for me to say it's better than the other 2. I like it. It does drink 100 proof, but it's so different that I can't, like, it's almost like I can't grade it in that level, right? And then number 3, of course, is what I'm guessing is Evan Williams. Which, if it is, I'm spot on with my description. It is good. Evan Williams itself is a good bottle, but number 3 just has this like cheapness flavor to it, right? Fuck, I'm digging a hole. I hope this is Evan Williams. It has this cheapness flavor to it that it's like, it's good. Like if I spent $20 in this, I would not be mad. But would I rather spend a couple extra bucks and get these is the real question. And I'm guessing this is Evan Williams, so I'm going to text the wife now. We're going to get the answers, and we can all kind of find out together if you didn't already know. But that's why. The aftertaste is a little rough on number 3. And I will say, the one perk of number 3 and this is if you're looking for it, is this feels like it is like 110 proof, but not in like the best way, right? It just feels like it's higher proof. Like if you're looking just for the highest proof, this is definitely it. Like the Evan Williams feels like it's higher than 100 proof. But normally when you get a higher proof, right, you're getting a lot more flavor with it. This feels like you're getting a higher than 100 proof, but only getting like 95 to 100 proof flavor. That's a good way to describe it. Point me. If this is E.H. Taylor for some reason, please don't kill me. Like, I'm just giving you my thoughts. And the whole reason of doing blinds, and I always suggest anybody at home, do a blind yourself because your palate's different from mine. This is obviously a lineup of my palate and what I think is good, right? Obviously, you're doing a blind, so we have no idea, which is really nerve-wracking at times because, especially because I'm on the internet and like just my mom and wife are watching basically, right? All two of you, just saying, and maybe Tuxedo Cat, whatever. But like again, I'm judging these things, right? Which they're all good. They all have their own price points. They're all different. Like E.H. Taylor, you can get for either like $100 or $40, right? Or $45 or $50. Let's just call it $50. You can get this for like 100 or 50. Just depends on where you're getting it. Redwood Empire though, is completely different. I don't know how to explain that one. This one is the highest price one, but it always kind of feels like it's its own lane, and that's why I think it's number 4. But $79.99, it's pretty solid. Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond is probably one of those ones where it's like some people think it's allocated, some people don't. It's at Costco or it's in a lock case somewhere. It's so hit or miss on just depending on what state you're in. But I like it. I really like Heaven Hill. I call it Haven Hill, by the way, if I say that any. But Heaven Hill is a solid old-fashioned maker because of the sweetness level and stuff like that. Evan Williams is probably, in most people's opinion, the best value bottled and bond you can get because it's like $19.99 most places. And in most places, I don't know. I know some people, and a lot of people right now especially, everybody's kind of hurting for money, right? Things are expensive and you're looking for the best deal. And rightfully so, right? And if that falls in you, then Evan Williams is usually a good go-to because it's only $20 and it is solid. But for me, I would say, hey, I'd much rather save the $20. I'll wait an extra 2 weeks till payday, and I'll go get a Heaven Hills Bottled and Bond because to me it's just better. Unless I ranked it first and then I'm fucked, but whatever. All right, let me check the chat real quick. Austin says you should start a podcast. I mean, I don't know what a podcast is considered. I'm talking on the internet on camera. This is considered a podcast if you really want to, because I am a little long-winded with it. Austin, start the podcast with me then. We'll do it together. It depends on what you call a podcast, though. Tuxedo says, BRB, I'm here, but I'm fighting off a bottle of vodka. Bottle of vodka? Tuxedo Cat, what channel are we on? What are we doing? Tuxedo Cat says, who and who? Wait, what? Fuck, did Evan Williams just win? Oh, I'm fucking spot on, baby. Number 2, I am him when it comes to picking bottles, apparently. I'm spitting as I talk because we did that, right? Number 2, the winner, E.H. Taylor, which everybody picked. To be honest, it was in a battle with number 1, which number 1 is Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond. I saw that from the start. Never wavered. Never even thought twice. The one that won is E.H. Taylor Small Batch. Number 2 place is going to be Heaven Hills Bottled and Bond. Number 4 is Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast. And then number 3, the last place is going to be Evan Williams. So when E.H. Taylor, Heaven Hills Bottled and Bond, Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast, and then Evan Williams. I was pretty spot on with everything that I said then. The only thing that I am disconcerted about, right, that I was hoping that I was wrong, was I was hoping that maybe like 1 or 2 was Redwood Empire and number 4 was the opposite. right? Because Redwood Empire came in third, and it is the most expensive MSRP wise, right? Because number two, I'm sorry, I keep saying the name number on the paper. The first place is E.H. Taylor, but you can pay secondary for that, and it'd be like 110, 120 bucks if it gets out of control, right? But out the gate with no secondary, no nothing, Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast is the most expensive, and it came in third. Now, I will say, E.H. Taylor is that dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's hyped up. It's secondary at the ass sometimes. But the one that's like that hidden gem is the Heaven Hill Bottled in Bond. You know what I mean? Like, you can get this on sale someplace. I got my bottle on sale. You know what I mean? And when it comes to like this bottle, it is sweeter. Now, the one thing that will be downside to you guys is it does drink under that 100 proof, which some people won't like. But it is nice. It's good. Like, don't get me wrong. It is very good. All of these are, for that matter, just to put that out there. But, I don't know. The one thing I'll say is, like, Heaven Hill may be the best value bourbon you can get. It came in second place. It beat Redwood Empire. It's right behind, and it was neck and neck with E.H. Taylor. It just depends on how do you want that mouth feel to feel, and what are you using it for. I'm going to give my own self some shit. This bottle in particular is in my top 5 for old fashions. I may need to rethink that because it does drink under that 100 proof, and the best part of an old fashioned is keeping that higher proof, unless we're doing some Woodford's Double Oak, but that's besides the point. But this is the first blind I got spot on, so I'm pretty fucking stoked. I was on time today, boys, and we picked them all right. Gave proper instructions. You're fucking welcome. That's it. That's all. You're welcome. I appreciate you guys. What I am going to do, though, is I did a poll earlier, right? And what sucks is like half of you guys love these wide streams, half of you love the vertical streams. So what I'm gonna do for the midweek streams at least is we're gonna do these. We're gonna try and do stuff like this. We're gonna do blind Tuesdays or blind Wednesdays, blind Mondays. Who knows? I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do some kind of stream during the week. You guys are still voting on that. So if you guys are new and you haven't already subscribed to the channel, head over to the community tab, vote on which day you want the live streams to be. Of course, every Friday, 8:45, we go live regardless. You know, we're gonna do some shit. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna have a couple pours. We're gonna get a little buzzy buzz. But other than that, vote on what you want, and that way hopefully we can pick the day you like. But without further ado, final grading. First place, E.H. Taylor. Second place, Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond. Fourth place is going to be Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast. And of course, fourth place, where it belongs, Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. Tell me if I'm wrong. Hey, tell me if I'm wrong. Other than that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go live here in a few minutes. I'm going to go on the vertical stream. We're going to do a little late night pour for the boys. Hopefully everybody else kind of pops in because the chat was a little slow tonight. But I appreciate the ones that are here. Tuxedo Cat, Liz, Austin, everybody else. Eric. We're going to go live, though, here in a few minutes. I'm going to change it to the vertical stream to please the other people as well. Maybe get some new people in. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you boys on the other side. Peace.